It's always nice when a strong but flawed series gets back on track. Crest of the Stars started off well, establishing the centerpiece relationship between the young man named Jinto and his alien count. Repartla feel as they became a tiny piece of an intergalactic conflict. The growing affection between the two powered that series and showed that a talky space opera without tons of action could still be compelling. The second season, Banner of the Stars, involves gigantic space battles near the end, but it outstayed its welcome with several episodes consumed with non-essential blather between soul ears waiting around for something to happen. Its lack of focus on Jinto and LaFille sidelined why I enjoyed the first series so much. Banner of the Stars 2 starts off much like its predecessor, and TS first couple of episodes are a slog. But at only 10 episodes and focused more strongly on its leads, Banner 2 eventually picks up and becomes as exciting as anything in the first season. I gulp down the last 6 episodes in one day, which is unusual for me. Fans of the budding romance may still find themselves a little disappointed, and a few lapses frustrate, but Banner of the Stars 2 PR. VS why the license to this show was rescued a decade after its original American release. As the ad begin moving into the territories they've overtaken in their conflict with the United Mankind, yes. Nobody's got to begin diplomatic relations with the planets that have crossed borders. That's Jinto and LaFille's job. They are assigned to Logness 2 only to quickly discover that it's a penal colony. Different factions of prisoners debate along with the colony's warden and staff who should get off the planet first if they should be allowed to leave at all. But some inmates are in no mood for tea. LK, and rebellion quickly foments. If Jinto and LaFille are to rescue the innocent and put down the insurrection, they are going to have to do it quickly before the United Mankind returns to reclaim T. E sector. As everything goes haywire, LaFille will make fateful decisions that could determine the fate of the young man she has journeyed with across the stars. While the plot of Banner of the Stars 2 isn't terribly original, it mostly succeeds in making it Jinto and LaFille's story again. After a surprising flash-forward opening, the first episode is interminable, and I feared we were back to T. E boredom prevalent in the first Banner series. But that turns out to be mostly set up, and once we get back to the crew of the Bass Royal, it clicks. The negotiations between the different cabals unlocked. As 2 aren't that interesting, and that takes up a couple more episodes where I check my watch once too often. But once the prison planet peace talks break down, the show moves into high gear and ESNT back down. There's a healthy amount of frustration and tension built into the show, mostly because Jinto and LaFille are rarely if ever together. Still, the show never loses sight of them, and sequences where TH. Why don't appear are still intriguing because they directly relate to their plight. For example, Episode 8 features mostly side characters. I'm not sure if we get more than a glimpse or two of Jint and LaFille the whole time. Yet the mission of our supporting cast featured in that episode is to buy time against the United Mankind fleet, time that will help our twosome escape the Logness 2 cyst with as many emigrants as possible. Banner of the Stars 2 doesn't make the mistake of its predecessor of thinking that we care about events that don't affect our leads. There are also moments that are simply great. One standout includes LaFille's nonchalant conversation with some trigger-happy prison leaders about ABHL not a place in the afterlife, but what the ABH do to those on whom TH. Y must extract vengeance. The tone is pitch-perfect. While LaFille fits the stereotype of the standoffish bossy grouchy witch Tsundere, places in Banner 2 peel back the onion layers. They show her idol and self, that proud and cocky ABH nature, but they also reveal how much of Jinto's humanity has rubbed off on her. Banner I revealed character through long, windy conversations. Banner 2 reveals Chalk actor by their reactions under fire. I'm still surprised by a few production decisions in Banner 2. The character who represents the woman's side of the penal colony is nothing but eye candy the W. Rs halter-tops and Daisy Dukes. You can't take her seriously, especially when the camera pans inappropriately or focuses on her posterior. For an unusually intelligent show, the fan service is superb and strikingly out of place. On the other hand, the production values continue to go up, which makes the occasional mistake all that more noticeable. You won't mistake this for a high-budget AL.ST title, but it's unusual for animation quality to go up during a show's run, so I did appreciate the 95% or so that looked better than the preceding sections. The opening theme from Crest of the St. Rs is still used and its melody found in various places throughout the program. Some might consider it repetitive, but it's one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever heard in an anime, so I don't me. T. Banner of the Stars 2 is light on resolution to the Jinto/Lafille story. While there is a final segment to come, Banner of the Stars 3, I couldn't help but wish there was more within this party. Polar entry. I imagine fans will find this intriguing and enjoyable, but satisfying? Not really. If you've made it through Crest and Banner 9, there's no reason to stop watching. Banner 2 is worthwhile. Your time. While I might not rate this series as highly as some of my contemporaries, it is unique proof that anime can entertain and have a brain.